One of the things that I wanted to do when testing the SOLKOA Fastfire fire starting kit was test it under the most adverse conditions possible. My weather alarm went off one afternoon indicating a severe thunderstorm was heading my way, and I decided that 58-mile-per-hour gusts and heavy rain would be an ideal way to see what this fire starter was really made of. Could this kit get the job done under those kinds of conditions? To prepare for it, I had split some wood into kindling, and I had some shavings that were ready to go onto the fire, but of course in the early goings of the rainstorm as it arrived, all of that got soaking wet prior to me attempting to start the fire. So what I want to do here is give you a quick sense of the pros and cons of the SOLKOA fire starting kit as I see them, and then give you a couple of clips in which you can see me in the process of testing this during that storm to see how it actually worked out. The directions tell you to use the least amount possible, so I opted for 1/4 cube to try to start this fire under these conditions. Despite repeated attempts, some of which you see here, I could not get the fast strike to throw adequate sparks to ignite the tinder. After the fast strike did not work, I attempted to light the tinder with a match, but the energy of the match was consumed with drying out the tinder. Eventually, a lighter was the source of ignition that actually caught the fast strike on fire. This piece of tinder had been soaked in the rain for at least 10 minutes at this point when it actually ignited. That's pretty impressive in my book. With the fast fire ignited, it remains a question of whether or not I can get the wood shavings to catch fire. The fast fire, though, burns with a bright, long-lasting flame, and this allows me to take these wet wood shavings, heap them on top of 1/4 of a fast fire cube, and still have them dry out and eventually catch fire. One of the things I did after the rain had calmed down and the fire was actually established, I went back to the fast strike and I tried it again. It had dried off enough that the hacksaw blade striker worked fairly well now to throw sparks. This seemed to me, though, a liability if it couldn't throw it in the rain previously. I attribute the difficulty to the hacksaw blade's teeth, which gouge out deep grooves in the fire steel, allowing water to fill them. So what about the fast fire itself? Well, it didn't suffer the same problems that the fast strike fire steel did. It got wet, it got soaked, and it still ignited. I was really impressed with this product. It also burned with a bright flame that had a generous amount of burn time too, so that I could take wet pieces of tinder and wood shavings and actually dry them out over this tinder before the fast fire went out. This allowed me to get a fire started despite these awful conditions. That sounds like a win in my book.